An overdose prevention center where people can use drugs under supervision got the green light in Burlington.
But residents near the city's needle exchange, the closest things we have to that, want to hit the brakes on that facility. They say it's in the wrong place and it's causing all kinds of problems.
Channel 3's Ike Ben David is outside the exchange. Ike, this has been there for more than 20 years. The Howard Center, which runs it, says it's helping to reduce needle litter, giving out needed supplies, and helps get drug users access to health care. So what are the concerns?
Yeah, Darren and Kat, good evening. According to the Howard Center's website, they get nearly all of their funding from Medicaid, state grants, and contracting. They say their work saves lives, but the community in the surrounding area here on Clark Street say it's ruining theirs.
Not far from the heart of Burlington's downtown, just off of the Church Street Marketplace, Clark Street is home to a small block of residential apartment buildings.
I walk to and from work, which is a big draw for living down here.
But residents say one building here is drawing the wrong crowd. It looks like a typical residential building, but no one lives here. This is where drug users come to get clean needles in the Queen City. It's the Howard Center's Safe Recovery Center, known by most as the Needle Exchange.
It's definitely frequent where I have to walk past a bunch of people that are shooting up or congregating around the cars parked and they're buying drugs.
Ellie Rochford lives across the street. She says Howard Center clients congregate at all hours and cause problems on private property, too.
And I asked them very nicely to leave, and they crudely insulted me and punched my new car.
Now, to try to stop unwanted visitors, nearly every house on the block has a no trespass sign.
There's cameras all around, and I don't care. Yeah, I'd say there's basically always people out and about right in this area over here by the Howard Center, just using or causing some sort of commotion.
It's really become a drug magnet here because of the Howard Center supposedly needle exchange program.
Robert Perry owns a rental property on Clark Street. He says he's had enough.
What do you want done?
We would like to see the Howard Center move off Clark Street. But when you look at the syringe programs in general, they just need to have more governance and be more accountable to the community. They run this program with no accountability. It's not really an exchange, it's a distribution program. There's no exchange required.
A petition signed by 200 people points to data showing 20,000 needles are given out here each month, and only 5,000 come back. It calls for the exchange to be moved off of Clark Street.
This building sits in a highly residential zoning district, but I found out through these documents that it's been grandfathered in as office space for decades, dating back to 1965. So there is no zoning violation, but Clark Street residents want answers about their concerns, and they say the Howard Center has stopped communicating.
Basically, since our meeting, which was in February, we've not heard anything back from them. We email them and nothing happens.
And the same thing happened to us. We tried over and over again to try to talk with the Howard Center. We wanted to get their reaction to the neighborhood complaints and ask for ourselves how many needles and pipes they hand out per month and how many needles they get back per month, but they never made anyone available.
This population is chronically underserved.
Advocates like Ed Baker, a former drug user, say the needle exchange is essential to public health.
People need a stable location. People trust this place. People come here, they know they're not going to get judged. They know they're not going to be seen through a lens of stigma. They know they're going to be met with this safety, which they can hardly find anywhere. It's life-saving.
Where do you inject right now?
Life-saving for people like Jocelyn Chambers.
These people fail to recognize that we're your neighbors.
She tells us she's an injection drug user and battles addiction.
The drug is the strongest thing in the world. Anything that'll take a mother away from her children. Because I think a mother's love is the second strongest thing in the world.
We met Chambers in City Hall Park, 4 blocks away from the needle exchange. She says she relies on Howard's Safe Recovery Center to get clean needles and even lists the location as her home address.
How vital is the needle exchange for you?
Oh, it's absolutely vital. It's my closest thing to home that I've got right now.
The Howard Center did issue a statement to Channel 3 News telling us that drug use and homelessness is on the rise, and they're doing their best to be a good neighbor. They say they've added security in the off hours, added a fence and signage to the surrounding area. They say in part that the Howard Center remains steadfast in its mission to help Vermonters stay safe and access the treatment they need, but we cannot solve the broader challenges of our communities alone. Lasting progress depends on collaboration among service providers, municipal leaders, residents, and businesses. Now, as you mentioned earlier, Darren and Kat, this is the closest thing we have to a safe injection site. So what does that look like? I'll take you inside one tomorrow night in Montreal at 6 o'clock here on the Channel 3 News.